So we got a little baby here, and she's sad because, you know, her mama doesn't take it to her, but we didn't alarm, we didn't trigger any sort of attention, which is good. But this baby's scared. She's never been outside of that little pen.
Hsiung, co-founder of the animal rights group Direct Action Everywhere, is facing a 7-year prison sentence for rescuing a baby goat from a farm. The baby was suffering from pneumonia and was not given proper care and attention by the farmer. And you might be thinking, oh, this is just like an isolated case, an isolated incident, like this just doesn't represent the entirety of animal farming. But cases like this pop up all the time. I feel like I'm seeing a new thing like this every day. Activists show up to these places with cameras, or they leave cameras inside these places, and the vast majority of the time, there is a whole lot of suffering, a whole lot of disease, feces everywhere, animals stacked on top of each other, crowded in these conditions. And let's just take the most humane farm that you can think of, where animals are given all the care and attention they need. They get belly scratches every day, plenty of space to run around. They all get sent to the same hellhole slaughterhouse where they get a bolt gun in the head and a knife across the throat. Does that sound humane to you? Doesn't sound humane to me. This is why there's no such thing as happy animal farming. Just think about this though. Like, we live in a world where someone can face up to 7 years in prison for rescuing a sick animal whose fate already, mind you, was to have their throat cut and their body chopped up into pieces at a slaughterhouse because they're viewed as property and rescuing them is considered theft. Like, how fucked up is that? Animals are not property, they're not objects, they're not slaves, they're not machines, and they're not resources for humans to just use and abuse however we want to. They deserve the right to their own bodily autonomy, just like humans do. They deserve to live in peace, just like humans should. They deserve respect, just like us, and they should be far, far away from being abused so that humans can eat their bodies. So Wayne was found guilty of larceny, which is theft of property, and also breaking and entering. He was convicted for around 7 years in jail for these crimes, but last I heard, now he's getting a suspended sentence for a 2-year probation and a $250 restitution, which is a lot better than a 7-year prison sentence. But the reason why he was given that suspension was because thousands of people wrote to the district attorney and said things like, why are you protecting property over life? And there was also a lot of protests as well. This is awesome because it's like the vegan army coming to save Wayne. And it's really cool because when we come together like this, like, we can really make a positive impact. The prosecution and the judge were also swayed a little bit by hearing about the cruelty that happens to these animals in these farms. So 31 states have this like right to rescue law, which basically protects people from being sued if they break into like a car where there's a dog in distress. But as far as I know, it's completely illegal to break into a farm or a slaughterhouse where other animals are in distress. And this is just a complete double standard because cows, pigs, chickens, fish, sheep, goats, they all have the same capacities to be in distress and suffer, just like the dogs in the hot car. So it's just completely backwards. It doesn't make any sense. But I think this case for Wayne could definitely be like a legal precedent for the right to rescue farm animals in the future. This is just like the beginning of things. I know Wayne's been doing this for a long time, and a lot of people have been doing this for a long time, but bringing this case to like the light so everyone can see it, having people hop on board, like, which side are you gonna take, you know? Just like any other social justice movement throughout history, there have been people who have pushed the limits of the law and even sacrificed personal freedoms to stand up against injustice and fight for the rights of individuals. Just because something is legal does not make it moral. Slavery in America was legally sanctioned by the government. The Holocaust of World War II was legal, and now we're fighting for just the basic fundamental rights of non-human animals, not to be exploited, not to be tortured and murdered by the trillions every year. So yeah, definitely check out the live stream of the baby goat rescue. Very inspiring. Wayne definitely had a lot of inspiring words to say at the end that I found really powerful, and you should definitely check it out too. If you want to know more about Direct Action Everywhere and how to get involved in activism, I'll leave all those links down below for you guys to check out. So whose side are you on? The side that exploits and kills animals for profit and punishes people in the process? Or the side of justice, peace, and respect towards animals? Leave a comment down below. Let me know which side you're on. Alright, that's it for this video. Leave a like down below and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. It really helps me out a lot. Be vegan, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.
All right, everyone, we're doing something we've never done before. We're going to try and live stream an open rescue. And the location we've targeted is highly secure. It's an extremely dangerous place, but it's also one of the most notorious humane washers within a few hundred miles. I frankly have seen very few places that lie more about the conditions and what happens to the animals in this place.